Happy Feet, an animated musical directed by George Miller. Yeah, Sorry, I just... It still kind of boggles my mind. The director of the Mad Max movies made a movie about penguins that sing and dance. Although I'm pretty sure he directed Babe, so I shouldn't be surprised. But yes, George Miller wrote, produced, and directed this movie about animated penguins. Anyway, the film simply follows the story of Mumble, a penguin who is born without the ability to sing, an ability that is seen as a natural requirement by his colony. But he instead can dance. The film's mostly about his journey to acceptance. There's a lot more about the movie, but if I go any further, there will actually be spoilers, because I know whenever I watched the trailers as a kid, it didn't show what the movie was really about, because there's a lot more to the movie if you haven't seen it yet. But just go ahead and check it out. Either way, hello and welcome to Exploring Cinema. I'm rambling a bit, so let's just get on to the review, shall we? We get voice performances from A-listers such as Elijah Wood, Robin Williams, Brittany Murphy, Nicole Kidman, Hugh Jackman, and Hugo Weaving. All do amazing jobs voicing their characters, with both Elijah Wood and Robin Williams giving the best performances, because Elijah Wood, I didn't even recognize it was him. Even when his accent slipped a little bit, because he kind of sounds a bit Americanized in this movie. It was barely even noticeable. He was still able to hide the fact that he was Elijah Wood, that he was, Frodo. But, and then with Robin Williams, I would say that he slightly topped Elijah Wood, mainly because he voices more than one character, and he does both of them pretty well. And most characters in the movie are written very well, especially Frodo's character, Mumble. Why did I say Mumbo? I did feel like the character Ramon was underwritten in a noticeable way. I still like the character, but I wish I was given a bit more about him. Story is surprisingly very well written, and the humor is executed very well. I never understand why people don't take quote-unquote kids movies more seriously. There are many with the potential to be great, just as long as you are actually looking. You're not judging it as a kids movie, you're judging it just as a film. And Happy Feet's no exception. The blatant message that most people notice is an environmental message. And if you're one of those people who feel that the film is mostly just a message to kids about saving the environment, you wouldn't actually be wrong. There's a lot more to it, but yeah, if you're more of if you care more about what's on the surface, then you are actually right. You do have a point. It is definitely one of the biggest plot points in the movie. The beautiful thing, however, is that there is actually another message in there, one that I believe is actually more appropriate for a child to hear these days, especially in our time period with acceptance and all that shit. It teaches them that even if a person is different, they should not be judged just because of who they are, but we should accept everyone, as well as just to be yourself, even if it means going against what society wants you to be, or just simply questioning authority. And also, for those of you who haven't seen the film since you were kids, I do urge you, watch it again and look very closely. You may notice a few allusions to religion, and that, as far as the overall symbolism, the film does seem anti-religious, or simply for fundamental Christianity. I don't see it as necessarily a bad thing. It shows that sometimes religion can actually hold progression of society back, and how somebody being unique is wrong when it really shouldn't be. And I actually like that it makes you question that level of authority. Sure, some parts of religion are good, but there are many inside of the higher echelons of most religions who would use that religion to push their own agenda forward, and you most definitely see it in the film. Happy Feet blatantly discusses the environment, but subtly attacks the social norms of the time, and definitely some of the norms that are still around today that definitely need to end, and it has great allusions to the drawbacks of a community that relies heavily on religion. The CGI or scratch that. The film is fully CGI animated, and it still looks beautiful. It doesn't look dated at all, and it's partly because the penguins look great. I mean, they still are a little cartoonish, but honestly, it makes the film feel a bit more kind-hearted and just fun, and everything looks beautiful. The landscapes is where the film truly soars. All the landscapes look like they've been pulled from real pictures taken in the Arctic, or like they actually went down there and filmed everything with a camera. Extremely realistic. The music is composed by John Powell, known for scoring many great films, but notable ones include The Bourne Identity and both How to Train Your Dragon movies. And actually, he was... wait a minute, how recently? Actually, yeah, I think it was yesterday it was announced that he would be scoring the upcoming Han Solo film, whatever it's called. He's not a very well-known composer, and he has had a few scores that are hit and miss for me. Sadly, this score is a miss. It is a pretty varied score, which isn't a bad thing. The problem was that I wasn't moved by the music. It didn't make me feel any emotions. That doesn't mean that it's a bad score, I just didn't like it. Now, this movie is also a musical, although that part is not really focused on too much. The songs are covers of popular pop songs, such as I Wish by Stevie Wonder, Somebody to Love by Queen, and Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley. I enjoyed those parts, but I'm judging this, just the score on this section, and it's forgettable. To recap, Happy Feet is an entertaining and thought-provoking film, with most of the thought-provoking things flying over most people's heads for some reason. It's got great voice talent, almost flawlessly written characters, a great story with multiple appropriate messages, really good animation, and sadly a varied but mediocre and unmemorable score. I'm gonna give Happy Feet a 3.5 out of 5 reels. Like I said, I did have those issues, but it's still a really good movie. You guys should check it out whenever you get the chance. Thank you guys so much for watching and just listening to me ramble once again. So, what did you guys think of Happy Feet? Did you love it, hate it, you were indifferent, haven't seen it yet? What were its strengths, its weaknesses? Leave your opinions in the comment section down below because I want to know your thoughts. I welcome new perspectives. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already for more reviews and content. There's always more to come. And for other ways to help support the channel, please check out in the description. Thank you once again for watching, and farewell until the next video. Bye.